Guys, I'm gonna cast the BC versus Vortex in a second. How the hell did I change the location of players? I already forgot. Did I change it? Oh, it's P. Just give me a minute. Okay. So. China H. China. We'll play China. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just a minute and we're gonna start, okay? So at least people can join as well. House of Lancaster is over to me. House of Lancaster. So today. Uh, BC versus Vortex. I think this is the only BC game I didn't cast it. And we have one more Voldemort game as well. But I wanted to cast. Alright. Because I streamed 5 hours of FFA today. I wanna do something else. we're just gonna be casting. Okay. Windows are open, ready to cast. Welcome everyone today with another huge, insane game we will watch. I'm not even joking to you. This is Beastie versus Vortex. Yes, you heard it correctly. We will watch Beastie versus Vortex because their games, as I heard, was really fantastic. So we are seeing the HRE and the French civilization being played here, which is fantastic because French is kind of good on this map. This is Carmel. It has a lot of deer, but also HR really good. All you have to do is just Pro Scout. Well, I hope in the future they're gonna remove Pro Scout and you have to just go to the corner and just get to the deer there. So, you know, you don't have the safe food under your TC. Because China, Zushi, and even HRE, you know, having a 10, another 10 under a Chinese or Zushi meal, or having a 10 under a HRE meal is kind of really not meal but Arkan Chapel is kind of disgusting, honestly. So let's see what they're gonna do. What's the goal of the two civilizations? The French supposed to stay longer in feudal and try to deny the relics while ramping up with the villagers. Because you may not know, but the French makes villagers in 70 seconds. So the reason why French players stay longer in feudal, not just because of the knights, but because their villager produce faster. It's not really important to build a second TC. You can build a second TC and your boom is a little bit better, right? Because you are making villagers faster. But you can prologue feudal for yourself because you can use knights, which kills enemy knight and kills enemy men at arm. Or if it's any heavy unit or any archer type or javelin thrower example. So knights are good. And the second thing is because your villagers produce faster. On the other side, the HRE reaches castle age very, very fast thanks to the Arkan Chapel. And thanks to the Arkan Chapel, you boost all your villagers in this area, right? So this is an amazing Arkan Chapel, I can tell you that. Sadly, it's just a small gold, but even though it's a small gold, if the HRE secures the relic, he has no problem at all with gold. So I'm really curious how Vortex will play it out and how Beastie will play it out. I have not seen this game yet at all. Well, we will see very, very soon. As you can see, there are 14 villagers for Vortex. And there are 15 villagers for Beastie. Makes sense. And he's gonna be on 16 villagers now. So again, it's just a little bit faster, just 3 seconds faster to make a villager. But the question is, did Beastie accidentally not queue up a villager? Because I think he should be a little bit more ahead, no? Or is he on 2 scout? No, he's on 1 scout. And Vortex is on 15 villager, now 16. Wait, let me double check. So Beastie is on 17 and Vortex on 16 villager. I feel like Beastie had a little bit of idle time maybe on the teaser or something like that happened. Well, we were discussing of why is it so good to play with French. Maybe, because I'm pretty sure there should be a bigger difference between the villagers, right? Because you are saving 3 seconds on every villager. So the HRE player should be much behind compared to you. Well, now Beastie is 2 villager ahead, so that's really nice. Now just only 1. Now we're gonna be 2 again. Amazing. Okay. Work accounts. Yeah, I can switch it, but it's just every other game or every other guide you are watching is the same. They are using the... Okay, so this is a golden rule, okay? 8-2. This is the golden rule to age up. 8-2, always on the age up. If you do 8 villager on food and 2 villager on gold, that's perfectly fine for you to age up. You don't need to do anything else. Just 8-2, and after that you can put the villagers on rest of the resources, right? You can put extra villager on gold, you can put extra villager on food. It's up to you which resources you need to gather. But the only golden rule, as every player follows, that how they age up. And most of the games are always the same to age up. Okay, let's see. It doesn't should work. Oh. Okay, so looks like my Nightbot command doesn't work, but no problem. I will fix that after this game. Let's see. Yeah, sorry for that, YouTube. Just my Twitch chat doesn't work. The Nightbot doesn't work, but I will fix it. Okay, so Vortex is getting the Pro Scout. I mean, he got the Pro Scout. Beast is getting it right now. And he already getting all those deers close to the Archon Chapel. Which exactly, that's what you want to do as HRE. He's making a few amount of military units to make sure he's not getting countered by the early knights. Because again, don't forget, the only thing that you have to do as French is playing a little bit longer feudal, right? That's the biggest thing you need to do, play a little bit longer feudal. Because you have the knights. So there can be a few little mistakes by the French player to lose in feudal, but we will see if that happens. Vortex is not close to Castle Age yet because he's making some military. He's expecting way bigger military presence from Beastie, but so far they are only scouts, and Beastie also not going to Castle. So he's taking the feudal aggression. He's getting every economical upgrade. That's crazy. So he got wheelbarrow. He's getting the Gathering upgrade as well. Not the lumbercamp upgrades. He's not seeking for the lumbercamp upgrades. He got the faster getter rate on the Deers as well. The only mistakes you can do here, I feel, if you accidentally getter some sheep because you wish to getter the deer first. So let's see. Vortex on 7 speedman. 1 horseman so far. Beastie is now making archer ranges. Like going pure knights, I don't think that's a good idea. Mixing in some archers, now that's a good idea. Ooh, look at that. That knight almost got caught. Rattan. Upside. Where's the button? Can't find the button. Ah, I found the button. Yay, I found the button, chat. Okay. So, HRE's player, so he's doing what I said before, right? He's achieving the Castle Age really soon, while the French player, yeah, Beastie, is making the French knights because he can deal with the marathon with the knights. He can deal with the horsemen as well. Let's say, okay, we are not focusing on the horsemen, but let's say he can deal with the horsemen as well if he's just making knights. So he's playing it out correctly so far. Ragnit's Cathedral is coming up. He expected already. Well, at the same time, Horseman tried to do some rage into BC's economy. Tried to raid some of the pro scouts. Didn't work out at all. Knights are here doing a little bit and really good damage, killing 1 speedman at the same time on the other side of the map. The horseman of HR is going down. Already 1 horseman died on the other side. Here we can see Vortex is still making speedman. He really wished to secure the relics, and also he's not expecting yet the archers, because if he's expecting the archers, maybe he's making more horsemen or he stayed at home. But he rather chose to do some damage to the pro scout. Didn't work out. Beastie got already a full deer pack. He did a 1 little hit on those spears. No huge damage yet. Trying to do some damage to the economy and will find 1 villager kill, I think. Oh, and 1 villager kill is there. It's not really a lot, not really meaningful. Of course, you are happy to kill 1 villager, but it's not like, oh my god, okay, I automatically won the game, right? Oh, that's gonna be a scout? Yes, a scout? A scout went down. That's really nice by BC. That was a really nice background. And you can see on the minimap as well, BC's army mostly coming to the top side where the gold is being gathered, because he tries to cut off the gold from Vortex. But here, great amount of spearmen. No veterancy for the spear yet, but that's a really good amount of spearmen to deal with the knights. Vortex started to make knights himself as well, and losing another scout that tried to do pro scouting. Okay, interestingly, the game went very well for Beastie so far. Vortex pulling out some villagers, garrisoning 5 villagers only inside the tower, saving up 4 villagers going to the left. Now Vortex, he just needs a really good fight here. Oh, wait, what's happening? What's happening? Why did Beastie stay? There were so many spearmen. That was a no. Ooh, that's a huge charge into it. Knights are losing their HP. I don't think that's a good idea to sacrificing some of his knights to save the archers. The step shots are really nice. So we can also show how good the micro was. The spearman fight with those knights was a little bit questionable, but still the trade is equal. Both players are traded equally. Beastie, I think he saw the monk but decided to not to, because the spearman amount is insane. 2 knights got charged, 3 knights lose their life. That's a crazy amount of resource got destroyed right now. Well, at the same time, Vortex bringing the relic back. The second relic is going home right now, which is crazy amount of gold. That was crazy. So I wonder what Beast is thinking now. He's getting +1 range damage, but I'm not sure about that, because I mean, if Vortex doesn't get +1 ranged armor, then it's fine. But if you are talking about like doing damage to spearman, the +1 damage is just literally doesn't do that much. Like you're not gonna kill the spearman much faster, because also you just add 1 damage, right? So you're already doing a lot of damage with the archer against a light unit. I mean, if it was like feudal, maybe yes, but because the enemy player has also knights as well. But I mean, if they are not going for blacksmith upgrade, then I would say like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Ooh, BC is trying to find the gold villager at the same time. The pro scouting is being attacked. A crazy amount of HRE knights going to try to do some damage, but couldn't find any kind of economical connection. Pro scouting goes down as well. Knights on the other side can't continue their raiding because the spearman just arrived, which is really good. 2 scouts has fallen, but the French knight has arrived in time. That's really nice. So here you can see Vortex will now get the information. Oh, that was a really nice charge. How did he do the charge? He just clicked one of the unit in the back and those knights did the charge. Ooh, the walling. There's just a little bit of mistake in the wall. And he fixed that. He clicked on the wall, but suddenly 1 villager will still go down. The trading goes still really well in the favor of Beastie. Maybe losing a few archers, but that doesn't matter. He should not really scared of losing those archers. Vortex didn't got ranged armor, so now the +1 range damage came in very handy. He did not prioritize the blacksmith upgrade. So now let's check the view of Vortex, because it's very important. So now he knows that there is no gold. As you can see, he looks for the gold. He sees there is no gold, and he knows the location. He knows there is a gold here, so the raid could be done here or here. There's the 2 locations only where BC can acquire gold for making more and more knights. Now BC is trying to get to Castle Age, which I agree with that. Like, going castle now is like exactly what you wish for. Because also, if he builds here a keep maybe, but should not focus on a keep, maybe getting crossbows first to make sure you can counter the enemy army. Because if you think about it, making only crossbow can fully counter the army of Vortex. Now imagine, you get the melee armor +5, a crossbow has French crossbow has 1 milli armor, so you get 6 milli armor, which means this spearman will do only 3 damage per hit. 3 damage per hit! Yes, you heard it correctly. The spearman would do only 3 damage per hit to the French crossbow because they have 6 milli armor. That's insane. So like pure crossbow can actually counter both knights and the enemy spearman. So now, as I said before, Vortex knows where the rest of the gold, since he got the information the beast is not gathering gold anymore at his own base. So he decided to go here, raid this, and he gonna do that in 2 waves, right? He did the one wave of raid. He's going back. Look, and the reason why, because he's delaying. He's delaying until his spearmans will arrive. He delayed enough. Spearman has arrived, and now BC has to micro, right? Vortex is just an A move for him. He doesn't need to really micro anything here. But for Beastie, this is running and clicking, running and clicking. It's much easier. Vortex doesn't even need to focus his army, right? He can just let those units to do whatever they wish to do. And now, the biggest problem is there is no more gold, right? The gold is out. He tried to get to the gold here, only 200 left. So it's not even worth it's not even worth it to go back here and get her the gold. At the same time, Vortex already up to 4 relics, 4 times 160. That's an insane amount of gold. So he can keep up the production of knights and just can add some spearmen because they are still on. Oh, Vortex is not on deer anymore. He still have a few, but he already ate most of his deers. Archer upgrade came in, but it's not really enough. Like, BC has 5 archers left. DC trying his best, but GG gets cold, and the true power of HR have been showed under the Arcan Chapel with the deers. Well, I hope you will not deer anymore with those little pesky deers. If you're asking if he is on that account, then yes. I mean, he just named the account. It's not Laser's account. Don't be delusional. It's just the name of the account, and that's all. Nothing else. Okay. You know, like, you can go to Steam and just name yourself anytime. Like, okay, I can show it here, but after the games. So yeah, this is his account right now. So it's 1-0 for Vortex so far. Okay. Need to blow my nose and we start. Okay. I blow my nose. I'm ready to cast. Welcome to the game number 2 between Beastie and Vortex. Someone in the chat asked me, is it Elaser? No, it's not. Just Beastie named his account as Elaser Rus abuser because Elaser started to playing with Rus and he gained like 400 elo because playing Rus. Yeah, when we saying that Rus is broken, we do mean Rus is broken. Alright, anyway, so let's go back to the game. This is House of Lancaster versus Mongol. In this game, Mongol can't really rush House of Lancaster, maybe with Horsemen early on, just like against English, but the TC is really close. Everything is really close, right? I don't think Vortex will try to do some Horseman rush. Maybe he will attempt to build a pasture, but making Horseman early on, I think that's just a suicidal mission, but we will see what will happen very, very soon. Okay, that's an interesting... I'm not sure about what's happening right now. I don't know. He gathered 100 wood. That's all I see. So 100 wood being gathered for some unknown reason. There's not even deer close by. So we will soon learn why Vortex... Okay, he's getting wheelbarrow. Okay, so wheelbarrow early on, only 4 on food. That's interesting. Okay, this is some new kind of something that we have never seen before. I still don't know like how the timings will work with this, because again, I never seen this. But on the other hand, the House of Lancaster ages before 2 minutes, so this is the perfect. You can see how many villagers he had on the food and gold as well. And this is, he still has a lot of villager and food. That's interesting. Okay, he is now choose to build a mining cap on this stone. He pulls a villager off from the food again, builds a lumber camp, so he's splitting up into 3 villager wood and 3 villager stone. And now rest of the villagers will go to the wood because the manor costs 200 wood and 100 stone. Okay, so now Vortex pushed 3 villager off from gold. So he got the wheelbarrow, stayed with 2 villager on gold, but the age up is still insanely far away because it's still 100 food in the bank. Well, that's interesting. So as you see, House of Lancaster ages up. And now he goes up with the silver tree. 6 villager on the silver tree. He leaves 4 villager on food and 2 villager on gold. I mean, that's fine. Ooh, it would be so good if there is no wood, right? Then you can put here your landmark, and that's gonna be a insane lot of resource per minute. I mean, it's still fine. Maybe putting here the white silver tree, right? So that's much more safer to trade. But we'll see what was the plan or what is the idea. Okay, now we can see a stable as well. Which is interesting, because I thought he gonna build Mangudai to deal with like villagers like this. This is really nice. So the Mongol really do wish to do something like this, right? Being as much annoying as possible. Sheep, there is like a crazy amount of sheep for Beastie. For Vortex as well. So they have the kind of same amount of sheep. So that's perfectly fine. Traders are coming out from the silver tree. You can see silver tree makes traders really fast. 21 second and 36 gold, 60 wood. Silver tree is really being one of the best trade landmark. You can make traders out of it. But at the same time, Vortex is losing some of the HP of the traders because the wolves in the map. Vortex keep making the Keshiks. And Beastie rolling up his stone to gold. That's really nice to see as well. Basically started to make Spearman, which is a good reaction. Ooh, and Vortex made tower on the trade. I'm pretty sure he will make towers everywhere to have the faster traders, because as you can see, they receive 15% increase speeds. Wait, is it 15% or just 15? It's 15%. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it is, right? I don't know. Numbers have work here weird. Alright, so let's see here. I really want to see a normal unit that has normal movement speed. If it's really 15% or just 15. Demi Lancers are out on the map. 8 Demi Lancer is ready to ruin your day. Ruin your trade. One trader kill was successful. And the Demi Lancers, even though they are Lancers, they are not really competitive against Keshiks. They are armor units, yes, but they are not like an armor unit with an insane amount of damage. On the same side, BC is going up with the White Tower around the manors, so manors will be double protected. So the manors are now protected by the Lancaster Castle, and they will be protected by the White Tower. That's a really nice place of White Tower. It protects the gold, protects the manors, protects another gold. But at the same time, Beastie will not have the stronger knights, because getting the collar of essays is really good. Ooh, Vortex accidentally goes into the White Tower and loses 2 Keshik. That's a huge amount of loss for no reason, right? Like, lost 2 Keshik, couldn't even do any damage. Which is a huge loss. It is a huge loss. Krutai is up and ready to serve the military. A Vortex moving into the field. With the little wheels they have. A Demi Lancer has fallen. So basically is losing out on the Demi Lancers now. And slowly trying to secure the relics and collect all of them, while Vortex already on 19 traders. That's not bad at all. Beastie with the spearmans. I'm pretty sure he's ready to do some raid here. A Vanguard Palace is coming up. The Fast Imperial. The question is, will Vortex Fast Imp himself as well? He's getting out a lot of shoreline fish, which is good. That's what you wish to do. Vanguard Palace almost up. I'm pretty sure Vortex already feels that something is wrong, right? Let's pause it a little bit. So Vortex really feels something is wrong. He can see the army of Beastie, so he might thinking, oh wait, he might be going up to the next stage, right? Because no raid, no army, everything stays at home. Relics are staying on their same place, right? Relics didn't really move that well. He collected 2 relic already, or 1 plus another one is coming home. But other than that, like nothing is happening on the map. So if you have Vortex, you are thinking, oh, okay, something is wrong. Something is not okay. So let's see. He is scouting now BC's base. And he will see, okay, one relic is good. Oh! Imperial! Alright, I have to go. I can't do it. I have to do some damage. I have to do something. And that's what he is doing. He went in. He tried to find the villager kill. Sadly, it didn't work out, and he sees that another relic goes back to the base. Gives a lot of information about the economy. He has to pull back the Keshik and himself focusing to reach Imperial, because there's no other way to deal with the army that Beastie will make with the Vanguard Palace. Okay. So tries to regroup, bringing the archers himself as well, because he well knows that archers are really good in this situation, because the units BC will make from the Vanguard Palace are mostly spearmen. At the same time, Demi Lancers has arrived to the base these are still not that insane strong. 15 base damage and 21 lance. Those are Imperial units when a Kashyyyk has 19 plus 29. Some trader kills are going in as well. You can see 8 worker kill total, so that's not just a villager, but the workers as well. All type of worker. Many traders have fallen, and now he's on 25 traders when he could be in 35. A monk has fallen as well. Now we are ready on a position where basically is maxing up his army. Vortex managed to get to the Imperial building at the Cagnet Palace. A great amount of archers tried to stop the towers from building up, but unsuccessfully. Extra demi lancers just came out from the Wingard Palace. Sacred got decaptured while Vortex tried to do some Sacred victory. Sadly, it did not work out at all. Vortex is getting his Imperial upgrades for Archer and Kashyyyk, and also getting the Stone Commerce, which gives it 10% stone for the traders. I think the idea so far works. He does well the trade, but he should not make this upgrade inside the silver tree. I think he should have spared a little bit of wood to build a market, right? Maybe let's say next to an Uvu, and get his upgrade there. Like get even the stone commerce improved, which is another 10% stone. The fishes will run out soon, but Vortex still getting them, so that's fine. BC is ready with 75 spearmen, 24 yeomen, and 11 Urguard. Vortex on 29 traders right now. No Imperial upgrade, but one is coming in, which is the Incendiaros. Same for Vortex, Incendiaros is coming in. There is no biology, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no biology being researched yet. Which could be a huge problem if he faces 88 spearmen of BC. So now in this situation, you have two options. You have to go in deep inside, try to stop the trade there, or you can go at the trade post and try to stop the trade there. Which other pick you do, you just have to do a small amount of damage and you will be fine. So we can see this is a huge good battle for Vortex. Ooh, synchronized shot came in. Most of that landed on the Kashyyyk, which was really bad. Because what you need to know about the synchronized shot, the more armor the unit has, the less the synchronized shot damage will do. So if you use it, let's say an 8 armored unit, like the Kashyyyk, then the synchronized shot will do only 1 damage. But if you do it on a 3 armored unit, 3 ranged armored, then it will do 5 damage, right? So that's why the synchronized shot is really strong against unarmored unit, because you can still counter the synchronized shot by having a good amount of armor. Beast at the same time sending in some raiding spearmen at the start of the trade, which is looking out really great for him. Hui Bao in the action, trying to destroying those towers. Spearmen doing a lot of damage. And also, like, if you are playing the Spearman Yeoman comp, so the reason why it is so good, because you can decrease the armor of the armor units, right, by 1, which means the Yeoman will do more damage, as you can see. So did you see? The armored units didn't receive that much of a damage, but the Archer immediately died, while the Kashyyyk just received like 10-15 damage, while then Archer just completely died out. 2 Archer died in the synchronized shot. While the Kashyyks, well, so it was a little bit of damage for them. So now raid is happening literally every side of the map. There was a raiding at the base, raiding at the market as well. No towers coming up with stone, aka bombard. So no bombard towers yet from Vortex. He was freely gathering the fish at the top, not anymore. And also, the nurture of food is running out. Vortex did not attempt to try to collect any of the boars, which are very free. Ooh, the resource per minute in food doesn't look good at all for Vortex. But based on wood, he's insanely heavy. To Ribodokin! To Ribodokin! Insane amount of resources being denied! Look at that! The Ribodokin! Oh my god, the synchronized shot! The Ribodokin! I don't know which one should we watch. Should we watch the Ribodokin destroying so many Kashik? Or should we see the Yeoman destroying so many archers? That was crazy to see. But in the end, even though it was a really nice play by Beastie, sadly he got pushed back. Vortex still can't enter the base of Beastie since the White Tower is gatekeeping guarding the entrance of his base. The villager numbers both sides are low, but still the resources for Vortex are not really shiny, just like his cute head. Yeah, I just inserted a ball joke here. You heard it correctly. Gathering the wood here and making like digging through here, going to the corner, that's insanely good because now he can set the trader here and even getting a better increased trading. Vortex slowly pushing in. He might do it. He might do it. But he has a crazy amount of archers. The cash chicks are running low. The meat shield is running low at the same time, still suffering from economical damage. Beast is killing those villagers. The meat shield is down. There are just only archers on the field. Hui Pao just trying to destroy the White Tower. But again, the biggest issue, biggest mistake, biggest problem, the Vortex doesn't have any meat shield anymore. And his corner is still being harassed by a few spearmen. Traders are doing a still really good job getting a lot of resources for Vortex. Whoa, level the Shire. Extra yeoman just came out from the Lancaster Castle. There's one more upgrade that he can get, which is the exact military program, which gives him 9 Demilancer, 9 Urguard, and 9 yeoman. Oh, synchronized shot! Finding some kills. 2 archer died, and a few of them got damaged. Rest of these helping out the archer army, but there are like crazy amount of yeomen doing an insane jump, synchronized shot, destroying some of the archers again. Khan Hunter is dead. Nest of Bees is going down. Both Rivolokin is out on the other side. Vortex is trying to get more meat shield on the field, but his food per minute is still not the best. He might lack some critical upgrades. He does not. He even has improved biology, so the Kashik has even more HP. But the biggest problem still will be the lack of economy. 63 to 88. BC has 3 relics, Vortex has 2. It looks like Vortex is losing after a huge push he did. Second side being captured. 6 minutes left on the second side timer. But sadly, I'm pretty sure the second side will be captured back. But at the same time, Vortex sitting on 41 traders and the rest of them are villagers. The food economy is just bad. It's really nice that Vortex has gold, right? Like a crazy gold amount. But he is still struggling with the food. he should really think about trending up his gold for food. But at the same time, it's really really bad. So think about it. If you are buying food, but your opponent has a really good food economy, so what you can do is BC doesn't need to think about trading or gathering a crazy amount of gold, because as soon as Vortex buying food, BC can sell food, right? Because now you are getting way much more gold out of it. So you can see Vortex has to spend 186 gold to receive 100 food, right? But if Beastie has a lot of food, he sells 100 food to receive 98 gold. So you are kind of, when you are playing the market, you are also playing to the hand of your opponent, right? Because let's say if player A that's gathering mostly food and not gathering gold on the map, we can see 0 villager on gold for Beastie. So player A not gathering gold, just gathering a crazy amount of food, and player B buys food because his food economy is not that insane, then player A can just sell his own food to receive even more extra gold. So that's how the market system works between that. Vortex trying to do another great push on Beastie. The problem is still the meat shield is not really there. He has a few Kashik, a few Palace Guard for sure. Even a Hui Pao. But at the same time there's gonna be a huge raid at the top. 2 towers been upgraded to Bombard and Springald. But those towers are not fully upgraded. They still have 750 HP. Still 750 HP. Most of the meat shield have been destroyed. These are only yeomen right now, and a synchronized shot coming again. The yeoman number is just way too high. There are no mangonels to fully counter out the yeoman. I think if Vortex had just a few mangonels to make sure he can deal with those yeomans a little bit better, then it would be really nice for him. And also the Kurutai. Most of the game, this Kurutai was not even used. He just set the Kurutai here, and for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, that's it, 10 minutes, he was not using his Kurutai. Which again, that's insanely strong. Like, these are Imperial archers, right? 13 damage plus 20 damage extra and the healing on top of it. I think the biggest mistake here from Vortex side is not really using the Kurutai, just setting up here and not doing anything with it. Ooh, synchronized shot comes to the archers. And we can say that could be one of the reasons where Vortex could have pushed into Beastie, right? Could have done more damage, could have played out way much better if he has Kurutai on the field. Now imagine again, 20% extra damage plus the healing would help him in all of these fights. A lot. It would even help the Kashyyyks to not die that fast because the extra HP regeneration. Lombo. Or Yoma. Ooh, huge synchronized shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 archer immediately falls. Again, I think the biggest problem was not using Mangonel and Kurutai in this fight. I think most of the fights would be way much better. Now BC, he just had to slowly push and finish off everything that Vortex has. GG got called, and it's 1-1 between these two Giga Chad. Okay. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna cast this game. Just give me a minute. 1 second or 2 seconds. Grab it. Just a minute. I'm back. So, Zushi versus China. Welcome everyone to the third game between Vortex and Beastie. Zushi Legacy versus China. Now, this matchup is really Zushi favored, just like most of the matchups. It is Zushi flavored. Not flavored, but favored. But I hope it's not really flavored, because we don't want to eat a Zushi flavored food. But anyway, why Zushi is so strong on water maps, you may ask? Well, number one, it's because their age up. Their age up is much cheaper compared to China, right? Because their age up is 340 and 170 gold, which is really good. And they start with an IO, right? So if you see, both player has the same amount of villager, right? 7 villager plus IO, or 8 villager plus IO. And on the other side as well. So they have kind of same amount of villager. But still, this player starts with an IO. Why is it so good? The reason behind that why is it so good, because now you have boosted lumber, right? So you are getting the lumber much more better. You can see 150, 162. So more lumber coming up for Vortex. Both player has their first fishing ship out. And slowly, Vortex can collect the taxes from the lumber camp. Oh, that was interesting. I never seen before. I think Vortex shift clicked. Okay, this is really good. Oh yeah, Vortex shift clicked the tree and he's collecting the X. Oh my god! Look at this! Let me change the players first. So, okay, now I understand. Opa, what did I do? How did I change the players? Okay, I found it. So, Vortex, he was force dropping the tree to the lumber camp. Because this side has no IO. But this side, because he has an IO, he can force drop the wood to make sure you can collect it with the IO much faster. So you don't need to send villagers to your goal, right? So that's what Vortex was doing. Also, he pushed one deer close by. Okay, this is insanely smart play by him. It's so insanely smart. So he's collecting the taxes with the IO by dropping the wood. The fishing ship is 3 to 4 right now. But he's collecting most of the gold by force. Look, you can see, he's force dropping again. Collecting the taxes away from the dock. Okay, so now I understand how Vortex went up actually very fast to the next stage. He was force dropping the wood to the lumber camp, which gave him enough tax inside the lumber camp that he can drop it back to the TC with the IO. That's very smart. You can see there's gonna be another 40 gold drop. Look at that, force drop again. 40 gold, goes back to the TC, puts the gold in. And maybe he gonna do food. Oh, he did drop the food as well. And now goes up with the meditation garden. BC is not even close. He's not even close to go to the next stage. Oh no, that's gonna be a huge problem for him. An IO start early on is insanely strong. Because as soon as you force your villagers to drop the gold back to the lumber camp, that enables you to have always one extra tax, like tax is coming in. Even if you force one resource drop to the lumber camp, it forces you to have a lot of tax inside the lumber camp, and you can collect it with IO. And he collected like, well, how much? 120 gold in like 4 minutes with the IO? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Imperial Academy coming up, Meditation Garden coming up on both sides. And I feel like Beastie was... like, he was a little bit behind. 1 dog, 2 dog. one dock. Second dock is not coming up yet from Vortex. And BC doesn't have the wood enough, I feel. Second dock, can't see yet. Wait, is it? Oh, 2 IO for Vortex. So he made an extra IO. He has an IO for gold. And he has an IO for wood. Archer ship is out. Okay. Wait, does it give him enough vision? Huh. Okay. 2 archer ship. One more Springer ship is coming. 2 Springer ship in the queue. And Vortex is on 1 dock with 8 fishing ships. He will try to repair the archer ship, I guess. Or maybe he's going 2 dock. He's dropping the second dock. He has 1 Springer ship out, 1 archer ship out. Basically, his Springer ship are not yet out. Yeah, he's still making it. BC has 8 fishing ship himself as well. Ooh, is that a fishing ship kill? Almost. Almost a fishing ship kill. But the wolf fishing economy will be idled out. That's a really good push. 2 Spingle ship pushing in the archer ship. He's doing an insane micro, but at the same time, demo ship is coming out from the dock. Demo ship is coming out from the dock. Big explosion. Archer ship trying his best. Fishing ship is down. 3 fishing ship are down. That's a huge. Oh my god! Another Springle ship down. So it's 1 to 2 Springer ship, 1 archer ship, and the rest are demo. That was a huge damage. 4 fishing ship is done for Beastie. Vortex currently sitting on 8 fishing ship. Beastie sitting currently on 6 fishing ship. So that was a huge damage. That was crazy actually. Vortex prioritized the landmark here. He's getting 36 food, 23 wood, and 25 gold. So actually, this position is really good for him. And also, so if he puts the landmark here, you can destroy it with the ships, or you can just, let's say destroy it. That's the correct one. This one, it's much harder to destroy it, right? Because you have to get close to the water as well. And if you get in the range, on the other side, you can get in the range. Here you can't, but if you get in the range on the other side, then it will generate you even less resource per minute. So yeah, a lot of wood, a lot of food, and a good amount of gold. Again, 36 food, 23 wood, and 25 gold per minute, that's insanely good. He would have less resource per minute if he put it on the wood on the right side. Alright. Springle ships are trapped. Oh my god. Okay, we need to talk about this. Vortex has 7 demo ship. Let's see the income right now. 760 on wood, 551 on the other side. 253 gold, 240 gold. 396 food, 541 food. Because Beastie was pushed into the corner, right? The demo ships of the Vortex can easily connect. You can see he has 7 demo ship, 4 Springald, and 2 archer. Demo ships are coming in. One of the demo ship explodes into Vortex, but Vortex demo ship is actually finding the perfect spot to go into Beastie's Springald ship, and now destroying on the fishing economy as well, losing out all the fishing ship. Wow. That was phenomenal. That was insanely good micro by Vortex. And he wins 2-1. Goes forward and BC goes to the lower bracket. Insane game between these two, Chad. Both of them are perfect player. Wow, wow, wow. That was some good games. I really like those. Is this replay? Yes, we are casting the tournament games that happened. Yup. They happen already, yes, but that's fine. Alright, I wanted to cast. Let me check. Voldemort versus CSO. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm interested in. Let's see this chat. Okay. Okay, players in the correct position. I need to change the stream title. Now it's Voldemort versus CSO. I don't know if CSO has Twitch channel. Anyway, I can't ping him. Okay. Alright, are you guys ready? Welcome everyone to another caster game, as how Drongo would say. CSO versus Voldemort. It is China versus HRE. Now China versus HRE. But what we're gonna see is gonna be pro scouts. It's not the old type of China versus HRE. Back in the day, China went like 2-3 TC, while HRE went to Castle to collect some relics into Imperial, while China stayed on 3 TC and slowly boomed up with some of the granaries. But nowadays, players are pro scouting, so what we're gonna say for both sides is gonna be pro scouting, unless Voldemort will surprise us and he will go to feudal aggression, maybe. Voldemort are really full with surprises, so I'm curious which direction he will choose with China. He's going up with the Imperial Academy insanely fast. His age up timing is 3 minutes. 3 minute age up timing. That's crazy. Crazy to see. And he is getting the Imperial officials out already. Collecting a lot of wood, collecting food. Building another house inside the range of the Imperial Academy. Okay, W. Archer range and barrack is up. Sending units to the other side to CSO. So he's not really collecting gold. All his gold will came by producing units, right? That's why he's making archers and that's why he's making spearmen. CSO is answering with men-at-arms, which is also not a bad idea. But I feel Archer is such a good unit against men-at-arms. Voldemort is getting most of his economical upgrades, as you can see. He's maxing the archers. He's making a crazy amount of archer and spearmen. And most likely he researched Pro Scout, which he did without really getting the gold. As you can see, he's not getting the gold. All the gold for the Pro Scout actually came from the taxes. Sniping out the men-at-arms slowly with those archers, targeting down 1 unit per time. A very, very good micro from Voldemort. He is not using the low HP archers. He sends some of the spearmen in again to try to tank the damage from the men-at-arm. Scouts have fallen. Still, he is pulling CSO army away. Ooh, one horseman found a pro scouting scout. So now he's pulling back the units to try to protect the scout. But these are only archers. Archers not gonna be really good against the horsemen. Archers are focusing out CSO men-at-arms and they are doing a good amount of damage. It's 3 damage right now per shot. Voldemort got +1 range damage, so they are doing 3 damage, right? Yeah, 3 damage per shot. Which is insanely good for Voldemort, that he's doing a crazy amount of damage to those men-at-arms. If Voldemort plays Zushi, he could then make Palace Guard against the early men-at-arm. An early Palace Guard, but because he's playing with China, the best way for you to deal with those men-at-arms are either Archer or Chuganyu. And you could see this is the perfect play that you need to pull out when you are playing against men-at-arms, which is run and shoot, run and shoot. Again, Voldemort is not collecting a single gold, he's just collecting the taxes, which gives him the gold to do Castle Age even. Alright, so Voldemort choose to get all the other upgrades as well, you wish. He's getting Specialized Pick, Survival Techniques, and Horticulture, and +1 ranged armor as well, which is interesting that he's looking for ranged armor, right? While the opponent doesn't have a single ranged unit. Did he got melee armor? He could have got melee armor or melee damage first before getting ranged armor, right? But we will see what was the idea behind it. CSO looks like stealing some deer from Voldemort actually. Ragnit's Cathedral is coming up to tower now on the gold of CSO. Some of the deers are coming back to the mill. And Voldemort not close to the age up yet, but he has insane amount of units, as you can see. As soon as CSO ages up, he will upgrade all those men-at-arms, and those men-at-arms will be Castle Age men-at-arms. It's gonna be a harder time for Voldemort to deal with those men-at-arms, but we can see a Barbican of the Sun is actually coming up right now, which will block out the gold gathering from CSO. There is no way that Barbican will not go up. That Barbican will definitely go up. But CSO aged up, queued up the Manatom upgrade immediately, and sending some of his villagers somewhere. I have no idea where, but he's sending those villagers to the next gold location, because he is not able to do anything anymore at his own base. Now he can get some inside the archers inside the Barbican Sun, which is more damage, right? Because the archer has 5 damage, a garrison unit has 6 damage. Marathons are here. I'm curious if you will put the archers inside. Oh, he actually puts the spearman. Alright, as you can see, the garrison unit has 6 base damage. He has 7 now because he just got +1 range damage, right? So he's doing 2 damage per archer shot outside of the Barbican Sun. The archers are doing only 1 damage. And also the Barbican Sun has a base of 25 damage. So he dealt very, very well against those aggressive men-at-arms with their full armor. So now what HRE player has to do is just collect up all the relic, while the Chinese player has to catch up with the age, go to archers, so get the veteran archer upgrade and just spam lancer from the stable. Very simple, very easy. Archer upgrade not coming in yet. So Voldemort is transitioning his villagers to gold now, since you need the archer upgrade and you need to make lancers. The HRE Marathons has arrived to this base, so he has to pull back the villagers until he can clean up everything. The TC will help you a lot, since the high damage of the TC does a really good damage to the Marathons. Sadly, the first crossbow that came out have fallen immediately. Voldemort is building a monastery, trying to catch the only 1 relic he has next to his base, because having more relics on the HRE will hurt him a lot. Relics were not garrisoned inside towers, but instead inside the Regnitz Cathedral. And the deer is actually running out. The food is running out. No Cistercian ABs yet from the HRE player. Well, you can put your monks inside, and that will help you. Oh, I just realized the Arcane Chapel also has no monks inside. So, if something like happens like this, where your Arcane Chapel is a little bit on the front line, what you can do, build a monasteries in the back, get Cistercian ABs, get a monastery in the back, and that's actually your Arcane Chapel. Oh no, Voldemort actually found the villagers of CSO, and he brought some spearmen here as well, so he can easily torch down the tower, but he is not torching up, but still CSO ejected his villagers out of the tower, and he is losing 1 villager in the process. Monk trying to get the relic back, but the Wololo. He bought enough time to with the oh no, the knight was here to save that, but sadly the knight did not save the monk, so it's time to make another one. Marathons now with their heavy maces. The military unit favors for Voldemort currently, but those mostly are archers. You can see 5 crossbow, 19 archer. Ooh, boar. That's really nice. Going to the boar. Oh, boar player is going for boar. Archer upgrade are not in yet, so they are doing only 6 damage, which is only 1 damage to the horse. I like the I like the death animation of these units. Okay. So a wolf. Oh, I'm interested in this. Like, will the wolf kill a villager from the boar or? Oh no, it's not. It's that wolf is not killing anyone. All right, so the veterancy upgrade are in. That's really good. Okay. So Voldemort in the end managed to get the relic back, which is really nice for him. He forgot there are plenty full of deer under this unit. That's a lot of food. That's more than 1,000 food. Boar is being gathered by CSO, but he has no farms. He has no relic. I mean, monk inside the Arcane Chapel. So in this situation, what the HRE player should have done or should do to focus and build the farms around the Arcane Chapel, or maybe a monastery in the back, and start building farms, because he's running out of food. He has a good amount of gold. He has a good gold generation as well, right? But the biggest problem will be is that actually he gonna lose all the villagers, because all of his villagers are stationed at the right side of the map, which where the food is, of course. But sending all your villagers there to the same location is opening up for the chance to get raided, right? So going to the left foot, but I feel like because people are not really playing with HRE, so this is a big reason. So you may ask, like, why HRE is losing? Why not HRE winning this game? I feel like people are not playing that much of an HRE because it was one of the most banned civilization, and they forget what they actually can do with HRE. This is a really good example where you could have get the Cistercian abbeys, built here a monastery, put a monk inside, and you get insane wood economy, right? So mistakes like this, that you are now playing with the civilization because there's a high chance of it will get banned, so you are not picking the civilization which will lead you to not really know how to play the civilization. So if you ask me, like, does CSO know how to play HRE? I would say no. I think the reason of the loss of this game was because Voldemort knows China from left to right. People are not really banning China, even though it is an insanely good and strong civilization. People are not banning China, people are banning HRE, and it will result you to not really play HRE, to not get the experience of how to play HRE, and small little mistakes you will do, like not putting scholar or monk inside the Arcane Chapel. That's a really good example for it. So Voldemort is really a seasoned player of how to play China. He instantly knows left to right. Like if you need like China guide or a Abbasid guide, I would also always ask Voldemort, because he's really good at both China and Abbasid. But on the other side, if you are not playing a civilization that much, this is what will result you a 1-0 for Voldemort. Chat, I need a minute. Be right back. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Be right back. Guys, be right back. My girlfriend's stuck in the elevator. I'm back. Sorry for the AFK, but as I mentioned, there was some issue in the house, but got fixed. Well, anyway, let's go to the next game. Zushi versus Rus. Okay, that's an interesting game. The last game was a victory for Voldemort. And now it's CSO versus Voldemort on number 2. Zushi versus Rus. Okay. So, welcome everyone to the second game between CSO and Voldemort, Rus versus the Zushi Legacy. Now, this is a really simple format between these two civilizations. Again, because this is Carmel, it has insane amount of deer. Look at this. 25 deer. 26, sorry. 13 at the bottom and 13 at the top. That's an insane amount of deer, and having that under a meal, right, will really boost the strength of Zushi. I think, if you might ask me, like, is it better for Zushi pro scouting or Rus, I would say it's better for Zushi. Like, I'm favoring in Zushi versus Rus matchup Zushi, because there are like 3 civilizations that can beat Rus: China, Zushi, and Malians. The reason behind that: poison javelin and the Chuganyu. Chuganyu, poison javelin, those are the best units to beat the horse archer spam. Even though this map is really open, still horse archers are easily dying to the Chuganyus or the javelin throwers. Really nicely positioned hunting cabins. Maybe I would put a little bit more to the right, because as you can see, this hunting cabin already claimed 1, 2, 3. So this hunting cabin tries to claim this 2, 3, like this already inside the range, but it's not possible since this one already claimed it, right? Or I'm not sure which one was faster, but anyway, 17 and 18 trees. Ooh, here a high trade house would go really well. I hope Water will not do the mistake as the other players did with the Rus. Well, they are getting the wood line that actually the high trade house would be really nice. So let's see. It's gonna be a pro scout versus pro scout. I can already tell you that. That's not that hard. With the mill so close to the TC, unless so, the villagers will only drop food to the TC if the carcass is very close, because all these carcass are more closer to the mill. The villagers will drop the food to the mill. If there is deer, let's say here, then the villagers will drop to the TC, not to the mill. So as you can see, professional scout is coming in. Voldemort is actually making knight and archer. I'm not sure about that. Archer plus knight in this economy? Well, I guess he wanna stop the pro scouting from CSO. And also he's doing an insanely good damage. Look at that. The meditation garden is not giving the 50 gold per minute because the scouts are here. And as it says, the more resources are nearby, the more resources are generated. Enemy units nearby disturb the peace and reduce the resource generated. So the more unit you have around the meditation garden, the less resources you are generating. Now even goes down to 33 gold per minute. So from 50 gold to going down lower. That's why players I really like to build the meditation garden into places that's not that risky, and you can't really disturb the peace of the meditation. So CSO still going to the castle age. He does not really care of the early aggression from Voldemort, but that could be a problem, that could be a mistake. As you see, a villager is just walking up. 2 gold on the front, just like that, which means wooden fortress, and try to deny the gold off from CSO. Well, looks like CSO is still getting that gold with full villager. Still pro scouting, receives a lot of deers back to the base. Also researched the faster deer gathering as well. Getting an extra gold, I'm curious what will be the next step. No hand cannon sit on the tower, and almost loses 2 villager. He did not lose the villager in the end, but it was a really close action to lose the villager out. Alright, let's see what happens. First, he loses the landmark. Meditation Garden is almost down completely. Voldemort Tower is coming up. Okay, that's definitely, there's no way Voldemort loses this game anymore. Like, the amount of damage he did early on is crazy. The Meditation Garden is almost done, which is one of the most important landmarks for Zushi. Pro scouting scouts are going down as well. There is an insane amount of damage that Voldemort just put out against CSO. Some of those deers are really poorly placed around the middle. And even the starting deers are not being put under the mill for CSO. And he's going with knights! He's actually making knights. Black City Market coming up. Meditation Garden is on fire. It's time to torch it down to make sure that Meditation Garden will not generate any more resource. It's an interesting choice because Dolly Horses and Iron Undermesh. So he doesn't have, CSO doesn't have much gold in the bank. And Voldemort did a really good job because if you think about it, you are in a really horrible position if you let Zushi to just eat the food and be happy, right? So CSO goes to the corner, builds there a mining camp, maybe a tower very soon as well to make sure it's well protected. This wooden fortress will not have a slightest issue unless CSO comes with a ram. What you can do, you can even get the castle turret for 2 extra damage. Now, the castle turret doesn't increase only the arrow save damage of the tower, but also increases the garrison damage. Which means from 6 it goes up to 8. It's like getting the vizier point on each tower from the Ottoman. Because if you know, Ottoman has a vizier point that increases the damage of the garrison units, right? Now it's the same thing. If you research Castle Turret, you increase the garrison unit damage and you increase the tower damage by 2. Which is insane, because that means 8 units inside the tower and each unit does 8 damage. That's really good, even against a 4 ranged armor unit. That's a lot of damage. CSO is really trying to protect this corner of the map, since that's his last gold that he can get to, right? Because both of his gold in the front are being covered by the tower, and the gold he needs is actually in the corner. Spearman has arrived as well to try to protect the archers, but there are so many knights. CSO just spitting out the knights non-stop. Voldemort having a hard time to keep up with his own knight, with his own spearman. Oh no! Villager has fallen to the boar! Rough, rough. CSO with a good amount of knight, 12 knight right now on the field. And actually putting up his glows to make sure Voldemort will not run away. This is crazy to see that how Voldemort was dictating the tempo of the game with that tower, destroying the meditation garden as well. But suddenly, as soon CSO get a goal in the corner, that was the time when it was like, alright, that's over. Maybe survivor tactics were a little bit needed here for Voldemort. Maybe Pro Scout was needed and reach Castle Age faster. There could be a lot of reasons why Voldemort lost out on this match. Because I feel like he is insanely behind. He is not even close to reach the Castle Age. CSO receiving his Blackscade upgrades. He got Deadly Horses as well. Now attempting to collect some relics. And he is bringing back the relics with the Shaolin monks. Oh no. Lancer is going to the corner. Will find the villagers of Voldemort. Villagers are trying to run back, but he sees the great amount of Lancers. And these are Zushi Lancers. They are having faster attack speed compared to a normal Lancer. They're charging into the green Lancer perfectly shot by Voldemort. I like how he positions his army. CSO is trying to wall up. He doesn't want to get raided, which is a really nice wall, as you can see, protecting the backside of the base, where his most villagers will chill. But there is a little gap that he also should wall up. Monks are trying to bring the relic back home, but he will be not really successful. There are just way too many Voldemort knights. Voldemort with the wooden fortress on this deer camp, protecting all those villagers. A monk have fallen. CSO garrison only 2 relic. What CSO need to do now is actually just staying at home, healing up the knights. That's really smart. You can't see that much often that someone makes a few monk or 1 or 2 monk and actually healing up the low HP units. The reason behind that, because most of the time you need to keep raiding. He forgot the gate, and that will cause him to lose 1 scout and a little bit of HP out as well. Voldemort actually got the castle turret upgrade on this tower, and look at that, from 230 HP to 142, and this tower had garrison only 4 unit with additional +1 damage. Now CSO received +2 range armor. So here Voldemort is really smart to get castle turret on that tower. Jangnan Tower is coming up from CSO, which means he is looking for granaries. He's sitting on 1,200 wood. Honestly, all I want to see from CSO is to make some spring gold. And I think that's what he gonna do. He gonna just spam spring gold. Oh, that's interesting. He sent the villagers to the berries while he still has food under this mill. Like so many deers. He's not making spring golds yet. He has a great amount of knight, 18. Bringing more and more raids back as well. And you can see how good that wooden fortress was. He had 2 archer and 2 scouts garrisoned inside. Voldemort has successfully collected the berries at home. Now he just had to go to the corner to get the deer. Not crazy amount of upgrades done. Just one range damage. No Weird survival techniques, which is interesting. Not even double brodex or forestry. And not even specialized pick. Whatever looks like mostly selling his resources to gain gold. So the golden gate being used for that. Oh, the scout bug again. And the Springolds are out. Chiganyu, Springold, and the Lancers are all ready to do some great damage. If those Chiganyus are receiving veterancy upgrade, it's over. But already the Springold. Oh, the Springold is actually doing more damage here than the Chiganyu. Chiganyus are still not up to veteran. These are still feudal Chiganyu. But the Springold are doing an insane amount of damage, killing most of the Swinners as well. Swinners are out of the field. Knights are out of the field. And GG gets cold. The score is up to 1-1. I like this series when it's not 2-0. Dude, I'm really curious about this weekend. This weekend should be really good as well. Okay, I'm gonna set to the last game and I need another be right back. Byzantine versus English. Okay, that's a really good question for me. Which civilization is better in this? I have no idea. Like, I'm not sure how this one plays out, honestly. Because this is a really passive map as well. And both civilizations can play passively. I'm curious how this is gonna play out. Okay, give me a minute. Be right back. And we're gonna do this. Just 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm back, and we can do this game as well. Okay, let's see how this is gonna be good. How this gonna be good here, right? Ha 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 ha. Are you guys ready? I am ready. Welcome everyone to the third game of this series between Byzantine English, Voldemort CSO. Now we're curious who's gonna win this one and what kind of strategy is gonna be used here, because both civilization is really good. And this is like one of the civilizations I like, or matchup I really hate to play. Ooh, what is the scouting, Voldemort? This is kind of like the Beastie scouting. If you guys know, Beastie played against Voldemort, and this is exactly how he scouted Voldemort. But it's not gonna work against CSO, because CSO knows the map very very well. But actually he found some sheep on CSO side, which is insanely good for him, because you want to delay. Even though you have cheap farms, you want a little bit delayed. He grabs 3 sheep away from CSO, which is really nice. Oh. And there are even more sheep. You can see more sheep that he finds. And let's see, there are no more sheep on the map. That was all the sheep. So let's see, so far was the sheep number for both player 4 to 14. 66. Wow. So 18 versus 12 sheep. That's insanely important, because the more food you have at home, the more those villagers can stay. Alright. Looks like Voldemort had some food issue. He's a few seconds behind compared to CSO with the villager making, because he might miscalculate it. And that's why he stuck a little bit on the villager production, but he will catch up for sure, because one player will always make a mistake. So this is the regular 2TC English play, which I feel like the aggressive Byzantine can easily deal with the 2TC English, but of course we will see very very soon what's gonna be the play from Voldemort with the Byzantines. So far we can see there are 3 cisterns up. Horseman from Voldemort. Okay, there's also horseman from CSO. So horseman from both sides. Voldemort has longbow. I'm interested how this one will play out. And looks like Voldemort will not see any military unit until, I don't know when gonna be the time for CSO to reveal the horseman. Good amount of horsemen from Voldemort and longbow, but I feel that's gonna be the problem for him, right? Because he's not making any spearmen. He's not expecting CSO to make horsemen, because he's not scouting, right? This is the big mistake. He has no idea what's happening inside the base. Now he decided to go check this side, because there is no way CSO just lets me to do whatever I wish to do, right? He's now destroying the mining camp. After that, he's gonna go for the Abbey of Kings. He still have no information and decides to keep torching. Oh! Scout and the king here. But he still can't find anything suspicious at all. He will see that the second TC stone being gathered and he is on 2 TC, but he still doesn't know that CSO is on horseman. So there are many options that you can do. You can stop doing aggressive actions. Oh my god, no way, the horseman with the perfect correct timing. Maybe Palings can save those longbows. But now, Voldemort gets the information about CSO and his unit comp. So he has to be really careful. Scout out position. No idea where the units are in the Stout Forest. Oh, this is really risky. One wrong move and all those lombos are just dead. They are just dead. The good thing here is that the knight, I mean aka the king, is riding along with the horseman and the scout as well, which brings down the horseman movement speed. They have 1.88 movement speed, but because they are riding together with the scout and with the king, their movement speed goes down to 1.69. So Voldemort decided to not do any damage anymore. Rather goes after the Castle Age, which is a really good decision. I like it that Voldemort not pushing into CSO, even though he's on 2 TCS. But because CSO is making very food heavy units, and if you just stay at home protecting, that will play out way much better for you. You can see Voldemort on 15 Lombo so far. Voldemort sent out a little bit way too many villager on those berries, I feel. Because he could have been cast a little bit faster if he just doesn't push out that many villagers onto the berry. I mean, he wanted to collect the deer as well, but you know it's risky. The enemy player is full on cavalry, right? So the map control is on his side, even though you have horsemen as well. But you can't do damage, raid, and protect at the same time. Maybe if you build some towers around those deers, but is it worth it? I think it's way much better if you go for the fish. Because as Byzantine, you get her olive oil as well. They decided to destroy the outpost. That's very smart. No scout upgrade yet, which is a huge mistake by Voldemort. It would be so good to get the trapezites, which gives you 25% extra torch damage. And when you have scout with your army non-stop, and getting the trapezites or the exploitaris is insanely good and insanely important. Getting 20 gold per villager kill, which is getting buffed, by the way. From 20 gold, it will go up to 30 gold. And the trapezites, which is still a good upgrade, it doesn't need to be buffed. It's 25%. Oh my god, imagine if you get exploitaris. Imagine if you had exploitaris, so many villagers. 4 villager kill. In this current patch, that would be 4 times 20, right? Which is 80 gold. But in the next patch, it's gonna be 4 times 30. It's 120 gold. So yeah, that's a good amount of resource. But also, it gives you 2 damage against workers. So in the next patch, we will see more Hippodrome exploratory play, because the amount of gold you will actually receive by killing villagers. So if I calculate it correctly, killing 10 villagers will give you 300 gold? That's brutal. So Voldemort went up to the next stage. He aged up with the Golden Horde Tower, making free units for him, which is amazing. He's trying to do some economical damage, trying to find where are the villagers. But sadly, still no exploitaris or still no trapezites. Ooh, that was good. The accurate defense got enabled on those villagers, and they received a lot of damage and 2 extra armor. Horsemen got upgraded. These are veteran horsemen now from Voldemort with veteran Lombo, and the White Tower just came up from CSO on the gold. But is this White Tower actually a good placement? Well, at the same time, CSO is getting gold on the right. He's getting gold on the left. Almost Lombo depth. I mean, this is not bad, but Voldemort should think about like a bigger picture, right? That CSO might get resources somewhere on the map. Oh my god! CSO, wake up! It's time to wake up!
Oh no, even more villager falls. He loses a few Lombo, but look at that. 13 villager have fallen. Sadly, no Expeditaris. 40 villager killed. That's so much gold. Now it's time for CSO to find some villager and kill them. And he might be successful finding villagers but not killing them. He's going for the deer. He's going for the fishes, which is again a really good idea for collecting the berries as well. Like again, as I said, this is a really good map for Byzantine collecting the fishes. Because you also have berries. Oh no, some of the horsemen have decided to go off from the main army and try to do damage to these villagers. No villager kill still. Voldemort plays this out very well. Sadly, no textiles. That would help those villagers a lot. No textiles, but the army. Most of the Lombos are back home as well. Trying to do some damage, but the horseman is on the archers. The horseman is on the archer. Oh my god, this is the perfect choke point. Lombomans, even though most of them will lose out, the horsemen, they're just falling to their death. 14 to 17 military. CSO, getting gold everywhere, literally. He really can't decide where he should get her gold, so he decides to get her gold everywhere. So there's still no Expeditaris. CSO is making one knight. Big fight will happen on the right side at the same time. CSO is not really far ahead with the villager numbers since he lost 15 here on the gold in front of him. But his economy is growing. More and more farms are placed down, and as we check the food per minute, slowly ramping up. He's getting the food tier upgrades as well. Very slowly. But so far, Voldemort really has this game in his hands. Ooh, as soon as Cataphracts start this fight, that's gonna be brutal. Relics are getting back to the base. 2 relics already garrison inside the Grand Winery where you wish to put it. Because so many people ask me, I even talk with pro players as well, like why would you put inside the Grand Winery, right? So the answer I always gave, with gold alone, you can't make units, right? There is not really a military unit that you can make with only one type of resource, unless we are talking about the scouts, right? You can make just using food. So actually what you are doing, you are kind of receiving 2 resources by receiving the olive oil, right? Why I'm saying 2 resources? Because most of the time, when you wish to make a unit, you need to use 2 different resources. Food, or gold, or wood, or all 3 type. Like, let's say, Camel Rider, which costs all 3 resources. So here, the Grand Winery, even though it produces you 1 resource that can be used to make units, right? Again, the other unit in this game is the scout that requires only food, but the other units, like the merchant units, they requires only 1 type of resource, right? Which is the olive oil. So now you can't really do that with gold, because with gold you can just get some upgrades that you usually can do as well if you get rid with villagers. But with olive oil, getting up, you can actually get out your military units, or you can get French knights or horse archers from the trade post. Why not? So putting the relics inside the Grand Winery is actually really good for you, because the more relics you have inside, the more faster you will able to make out units, which are really important units for you if you think about it. Because Lombos or Landsknechte, CSO is really trying to get back to Voldemar's base to try to find the damage. But Voldemar, he's trying to read CSO like it's an open book for him. The TC is here, very easy to torch it down. I'm sure he will soon just go there and right click the TC and just destroy it. And that's what he does. He right clicks the TC, finally destroys it. CSO trying to do some damage around Voldemar's base, but so far doesn't look like it's happening. Unless now maybe kills 1 or 2 villagers but loses most of the horsemen, as you can see. Yeah, very low HP. Another horseman goes down. A few horsemen have fallen. And might be the time now to push inside CSO's base. Since CSO is looking for Imperial. Maybe a Berkshire here. Oh, huge fight between CSO and Voldemar in front of the base of CSO. Cutterfrog doing beautiful charge into the army. At the same time, horsemen going to the back. These spearmen are not upgraded to castle spearmen yet, but now it kicked in and now they are castle spearmen. Insanely huge push into CSO's base. Horsemen trying to sit on the longbows, but the military number is still crazy high for Voldemar. Villager kills are increasing. CSO, you still have an insane amount of resource in the bank. You should spend it soon. Looks like Voldemar army will get cleaned up, but there are 39 villagers not working for CSO. They are all idle. More and more villager kill happening. 42 villager kills so far. 45, 72 to 64 villager in this game. It's insane. And it started by CSO having 2 TC. Now, where's the 2 TC? Yes, Voldemar lost his army. And CSO crossed the Imperial. But the 39 villager were not working for so long. Well, Voldemar, his economies were still good. And had no problem at all. Having 3 relics and bringing back an addition to relic. So, Voldemar has 5 relic, insanely good economy lead. He is on 1 TC, but so CSO, and he's making the Wingard Palace. I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's a good landmark, but the economy is... Look, so many farm are idle as well. CSO not on the map, getting nothing anymore. And ages up to Imperial. Voldemar may be shaking his head, not understanding what's happening right now. I was inside his base, doing so much damage, right? So, how did he manage to age up? Well, you did really good, killing 45 villagers in this game alone. That was really nice if you think about it. So, the damage has been done. The greed has been done as well from CSO. Voldemar keep making units, still not switching his mind to get to Imperial. Will it be a victory from Voldemar in the Castle Age? We have an Imperial English with same amount of villager as the Byzantine. Enclosures are coming up. Not that many economical upgrades. No mining upgrades. Food gathering is on level 1. Wood gathering is level 1. And he's making Wingard Raiders. Not rangers or footmen. He's actually making Wingard raiders. Horsemen are still veteran. Lancers are still castle lancers. And Voldemort still not looking for getting Imperial at all. He said, guys, I can do this in Castle Age, and I will win this Castle Age. Ooh, his villagers got pushed up from gold. He might go to the middle of some area like that to protect his resources. There were a little bit of raid, a little bit losing villagers out now. 17 villagers have fallen. Ooh, Trebuchet is in action, destroying the outpost first. Counter-raid Trebuchet on those outposts. And now focusing out the White Tower. But Voldemort, 24 Cutterpucks, 27 Limitai, and 35 Lombowman. 103 military versus 58. CSO just doesn't have the numbers, doesn't have the upgrades. Yes, those are elite horsemen, but not elite knights. These are still normal knights. And there are so many Cutterpucks. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Scooby-Dooby-Doo. The power is not there. The numbers are not there. Voldemort, all he has to do is destroy the White Tower. After that, it's a free push. CSO will not able to stop the push with this insane amount of cataract and limitai. He's trying to decapture the sacred site. He's trying to do some damage to the trebuchets as well. But oh my god, the huge trample. All units receive the damage from the trample. While the White Tower is not being repaired. The White Tower was not repaired because CSO had no wood economy. And his villagers left the White Tower unrepaired. CSO might stop the sacred site victory that was on 6 minutes 44 seconds. But he has no chance to beat this army alone. He's even switching to Spearman. But his economy, he has like insane amount of food in the bank, insane amount of gold. He could have maybe been making knights from the stable. Or making some gold heavy units. He could even make Wingard footman, right? Yeah, he could make him Wingard footman. Because he has a Wingard Palace up, but it's idle, it's not doing anything. He didn't queue up any unit inside. He's sitting on so much resource. I think he is panicking. He is not in control. 39 military, he loses all the horsemen and knight that tried to do some insanely good raid. 2 landmarks down, only 2 to go. I think Voldemort will acknowledge this very very soon that he has a green flag to do anything inside CSO's base. He received the green flag. He led his army to push in while the rest of the raiders are outside. He knows the army must be very very small. So this is the great opportunity. Trebuchet is taking down the TC. 2 landmark left and CSO taps out with that insane bang. Wow. GG's to Voldemort. That was also a really good game. Really good game. Alright, chat, I have to go now. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. With this together, I streamed for how long? How long did I stream? 7 hours. Alright, that's perfect. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And see you guys, I think, tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna stream more today. So, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.